We had a very beautiful trading day today, a very one directional, simple, tradable day today. And I hope everyone that's watching this video, I'm praying that you guys were able to capitalize and make some good money today. I gave you guys the levels, the setups, just like I do on my Discord. I do a little more in depth on my Discord and more up to date because, I'm updating as things go. And this is the morning post I wrote here on the bull case. Remember, in Uncle Charlie's channel, we're not here to do predictions. We're not here to act like we can see the future. We want to remain humble and follow the price action as sheeps. And I wrote on the bull case. 428 is based on my bull flag. Okay, I told you guys about the bull flag, this blue bull flag that we broke down. And I wrote here, bulls need to recapture this level to put 429.6 and 431 in play. Recapture 431. I may have favored a short-term bottom. Okay, that was the bull case. It was only in play if we were able to clear that 428 level. I wrote in the bear case though, if 428 can continue to defend as as resistant, the loss of 426.5 and 425 is what's needed, to give us the bearish signal. I wrote here my general lean. We're strictly in reaction mode. As you guys know, we're sheeps. We're following the price action. It's not about being smart. It's not about being right. It's about being a good follower of the price action and remaining humble. Okay? I wrote here, the loss of 425 would cancel any hopes of a bounce and should start the next big leg down. Well, we didn't get a big leg down, but we're able to drop as low as 420 today. Okay? The high of the day today was 427.3-ish, and we dropped as low as 420-ish. $7 drop in a day. Personally, I shorted the breakdown. I was really fast, but I was lucky enough to short the breakdown 425. It wasn't a perfect entry. I got in around 425.7-ish, and it worked out beautifully. I took most profits around 423.5. I left a runner, and I just held it down. I held my runners down. Okay, I'm only usually just looking for a level to level move from one level to the next, and then I leave a runner. The market decided to give me a nice bigger move today. If it would have hit the stop loss on my runners, I would have cut loss and I still would have called it a successful day. Why? Because I was able to catch a level to level move. Yesterday I talked to you guys about how to confirm breakouts and how to confirm breakdowns, and I did a little drawing. I did a little drawing for you guys, like, oh, here is the resistance level, and if price breaks out, we want to see price retest that level to confirm the breakout, to retest it as support, watch for buying pressure, and then possibly more upside. Okay, and as far as breakdowns go, it's the same concept. It's the same concept as breaking out. We want to see it break down, right? Break down the level, and then maybe retest the level as a resistance. And if there's selling pressure, that's a sign that we could head down lower, right? So anyways, if you look at the charts using Uncle Charlie's levels, this was another bearish sign for us. Sometimes people ask me, do you track the price action from pre-market and aftermarket? Yes, I do. I've mentioned in the past. Yes, I do. I use it for context. I can't trade it obviously because I'm trading options, but I do use it for context. And you guys can see here what happened. My 426.5 level. We broke this level down in the pre-market, and then around the trading hours, we retested as a resistance, confirming the breakdown. Like I said, I didn't enter until the breakdown of 425. But this is a good sign that you can see a real example of this happening when we confirmed a breakdown by retesting it as a support, as a resistance, excuse me. We broke down support, retested as a resistance. It's a roll change. A roll change, changing from support to a resistance. That's bearish. Okay? That's how we try to understand the price action. We look at what it's doing with the levels. Breakdown, retesting as a resistant, breakdown. Okay? The price action was bearish. So based on the chart, there was literally no reason to be bullish. And also, like I said, I like to focus on the what's. Okay, I like to focus on the what when I'm trading. I'm not here, what's the news saying? Why did SPY drop? In real time, I'm not thinking like that. I'm just reacting to the price action. I see a breakdown of 425. I'm looking to enter puts. I'm not thinking, well, what happened with the news? But once I'm done with the trading or I'm in a good position for the trade, then I'll check, okay, why did it drop? All right? And I got a newsroom in my Discord. Jolt's job opening came in higher than expected. The market didn't like that very much. So if you're looking for a catalyst, that was the catalyst. But remember, as sheep style traders, we got to focus on the price action, not the catalyst. We'll worry about the catalyst afterwards or before, right? Like with CPI that's coming in a couple of weeks, right? We're worried about that. What can we expect? We'll talk about it, what day, what time, stuff like that. And then afterwards, we can talk about it, digest it, blah, blah, blah. But during the trading, we got to focus on the price action, the levels, and the setups. All right, now let's get to the higher time frame. We broke down a big level, guys. SPY is officially in breakdown mode. From 1 year ago, we found a bottom around October 2022 low. And SPY since then has rallied from 348 to 459-ish, okay, in the last year. Riding up this orange trend line. Test here, test here. We had multiple tests recently, but guess what? None of those tests led to any big up moves. That's why I wrote in yesterday's thumbnail, support is defending, but barely, because we kept getting a bunch of dead cat bounces. You would think from a critical support level like that, you get some strong buying pressure. That's not exactly what we got. We got a dead cat bounce, and now we got a breakdown. All right? SPY is in breakdown mode, which means I am bearish on it. Now, before I talk about the bear scenario, I want to talk about the bull scenario first and foremost, because we gotta be sheeps. We gotta look at this objectively. For this breakout, for this breakdown to be canceled, we need to recapture that level. To recapture my trend line, SPY needs to get above 426 based on this trend line. All right? Above 426 and clear 428. That's a fib level as well as this bull flag that I got here. Above 426 and 428, that's the best time to get bullish because we got a false breakdown setup off of a very critical trend line that traced back a year ago. Okay? That's the bull case scenario. And if it does, then we can get some higher targets back in play. 429.6, 431, 433, 435, and so on. Okay, we do have a gap all the way up at 438.5-ish. Okay? That's the bull case. Now, let's get to the bear case. As long as below this trend line, as long as below 426, SPY is in breakdown mode. We are bearish on it. Remember what happened to Apple when it broke down its trend line from the 2023 trend line. It's a nice drop. Can we get a similar situation now that SPY has finally broke down this trend line? All right, the next support I have is at 420. Okay, 420 breaks down. I'm favoring the test of 418.3 and 417-ish. All right, below 417-ish, we could possibly drop down to 415.5, 414, and 412-ish. All right, 410 below that. Okay, 420 needs to be lost, needs to fail for this sell-off to continue. All right, resistance is at 422.5 to the 423 zone with 425, 426, and 428 above that. Okay, can't fully get bullish unless we're above 426 and 428. All right, guys, we're gonna simplify it like that. Follow the price action. Follow the price action. All right. Triple Q. I mentioned to you guys yesterday we had an inside daily candle setup, and we also broke out a fib level around 360.3-ish. If it broke back below, that's a false breakout. I mentioned that to you guys, and you could short the breakdown of 357. Well, we got all of that. Bearish. All right. As long as below 357, stay bearish. What's today's close? Today's close was around 354.92. There is a pivot low at 354.7. I need to see below that. 353, 351, and 349 will be the next targets if those levels fail. All right, as far as being bullish goes, like I said, we need to recapture 357. The mother candle's pivot low be a false breakdown setup above 357 to put 359, 360.3, 362, and possibly up to 365 in play for the gap fill. Okay, guys, IWM just looking nasty. Looking nasty. 171.3. There's resistance at 172.2, 173.5. That's a critical fib level. Those levels must clear to go long. Above 173.5, I'll favor a relief rally. Not quite bullish, but I'll favor a relief rally with 175, 176.5, and 177.7-ish in play above that. All right. Otherwise, if we stay below 171.3, breakdown of 170 should trigger more downside. Put in 168.7, 167.5, and 165.7 in play below. Tesla. We got an inside candle here, but it did gap down and got some selling pressure. Closed below my 247 level tomorrow for bearish follow through. 244 must fail. 242 and 240.7 must fail. Below 240.7 is when I would be bear bias with 239, 237, 235 in play. Okay, for bullish, it needs to get back above 247, preferably clear 250. But the big level that it really needs to clear is 254.5-ish. All right, above 254.5-ish, I would be bull bias on the Tesla. Apple, it almost broke down that 172 level, but barely survived. Bulls barely survived today. If y'all want some more downside for SPY, Apple's gonna have to participate here. It's a market moving stock. So 172 and 170 needs to fail. If it does, that's the bearish signal that the bears will be looking for. Okay? Bull case obviously needs to stay above 172, clear 174, 176 to put 178, 180.7 and 182 in place. Same levels, nothing has changed just as of yet. Okay? But remember, 172, 170 fail, bearish. NVDA, we had a beautiful trade idea. If you guys been following Uncle Charles in the Discord and you actually traded this, we had a beautiful move. I hope you guys made a lot of money, but here it is. False breakout setup, guys. As long as below 438, NVDA is in false breakout mode. That's bearish. Okay? Follow through would be a breakdown of 435, 432.5, 430, and yeah, 430. And below 430 would put 428, 425.5-ish, and 423.6-ish in play. Overall, stay bearish below 438. All right? For hopes of a bounce, I don't know how much of a bounce we'll get, but for hopes of a bounce, obviously 438 must recapture to put 440, 442, and 444-ish back in play. Above 446, then maybe we'll get back to 447.5 and 449 back in play, okay? Google, inside daily candle here, all right? It broke back below 134. That's overall bearish. Hit our next support at 132.8. Bearish follow through would be a breakdown of 132 to put 129.5, 128, and 126.6 back in play. I can't get bullish unless 134 and preferably 135 clear to put 136.5 and 138 back in play, all right? Meta, well, bulls had a chance. It was based on that white trend line, but no breakout, all right? If Meta drops below 300 tomorrow, that's bearish. That will put 297 in play, 295.5 and 294 in play. Below 294 would be very bearish. That's the next fib level I got, and it'll possibly drop down all the way down to 290, maybe even 286, 287 zone, all right? For this to bounce, 300 must defend, and I'll trust the bounce only if resistance clears, starting with 303. 303, what's this number right here? 303 and it's 304 clusters of resistance. I got 306 above that, and the breakout of the white trend line is about 307.6s, but we can round it to 308 just to make sure, okay? And above 308, we'll put 310.4 and 313 in play, okay? Overall, bull bias above 308. But as of right now, bears need that breakdown of 300 to trigger more downside, all right? Let's take a look at the dark pool orders. Let me refresh this real quick. And we'll go to dark pool. Boom. So over 800 million in premium once again at that 427.3 level. You guys watched yesterday's content. We had over $1 billion in premium. They didn't come in at $1 billion, in one order. It was multiple orders that overall equal to over $1 billion. Coming around that 427.3 level, we see over 800 million coming in today. So dark pool level, guys, pay attention to 427.3. Now for the low level, we got two orders here around 421.5, both of them. One is 379 mil, the other one's 800 mil. That's over $1 billion in premium combined. Okay, we got a little more here, 148 mil. That's not a lot, but it is around 421.5. So yeah, definitely add that level to your charts, guys. 421.5 as a dark pool level. Now here is the SPY filter for 500K premiums or above. This better not malfunction on me. Wow, SPY is bearish. Bearish for triple Q. I try not to swear this time. IWM, holy moly, is bearish. Tesla, slightly bullish here. What is Tesla? What's the big money thinking for Tesla? Slightly bullish, not too bearish, so. Okay, it's mixed. NVDA, 50-50, smack dab in the middle. Not even big money is sure. GOOG, very bearish. And Meta, bearish as well, alright? Mostly bearish, guys, alright? Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this content, please consider joining my Discord to get more content from me. Other than that, please like and subscribe. And I'll be posting as often as I can during the weekdays. Peace.